Do you want to teach the world the Kiss jazz song? I take that as a yes. If I could teach the world to sing, let me go back to bed. Welcome, fellow Kiss fans. Welcome to It's All For You Demons, celebrating the fun of being a Kiss fan. Welcome to the Wax Night Basement. My name is Rick. Tonight, wanted to discuss an old series I used to have on this channel called My Kiss List. And basically, that was a vlog of me taking any Kiss audio that I have and ranking it from least played to most played and discussing why it's least played or most played. Very simple idea, but I have discovered that a lot of what I have spoken about in those vlogs and what I probably would speak about in those vlogs should I continue that series are a lot of the thoughts I leave with Brant on his series, The Panel Has Spoken. That is an outstanding series. I'm sure every single one of you are involved in that. If you are not, head over to Brant's channel, get involved with that. It is a lot of fun. However, for me, what I say on that panel is pretty much what I say in this series. And so I decided to kind of dust off this series and revamp it, if you would. And what I'm going to do now, moving forward, is only discuss my experiences with said audio. Like what I experienced as a young fan, nostalgically, what I experienced picking that up or listening to it for the first time, experiencing that piece of music for the first time, what it meant to me then, what it means to me now. It's going to be my dive into Kiss. And basically, this is what we're going to be working with is the CDs I purchased in the late 80s, early 90s. These are what is left of my CDs. Some have been lost over time. Some have been damaged, thrown away. I own every piece of Kiss music on CD or vinyl, minus Unplugged. Shh. Only own that on streaming. I'm like a millennial. Shame on me. But this is what we will be working with, and contrary to the My Kiss List vlogs, I'm not going to do this in a specific order. I'm just going to do this on random mood, feel, season, whatever spurs me to be like, oh, I remember buying Double Platinum on CD when I was a teenager. I'm going to do it and talk about it and create the old vlog. So tonight, the very first edition of my dive into Kiss is this. Animalize. Or, as it became to be known in my neighborhood, Kiss Jazz. Kiss Jazz, you say? Kiss Jazz, I indeed do say. When my friend Brett, Two Gay Dads on YouTube, he's a panel member, great channel himself. Go check his channel out, give them a like, give them a subscribe. When he purchased Animalize back in the late 80s, his CD was taken out of the case, put into his CD player, and a jazz CD began to play. Now, of course, my journey into Kiss was taken with my friend Brett and my friend Danny. Brett lived 2 houses down from me. Danny lived down the street. So we were always together, always hanging out, and always discussing Kiss. And it was a big deal anytime one of us got a CD. Keep in mind, this is the late 80s. CDs were the hot new thing. We were all kind of new Kiss fans, discovering the band, traveling on this journey. Vinyl wasn't big yet. We weren't into collecting. Basically, our first targets for collecting was amassing that catalog. This was around Revenge, and you have to remember that catalog was huge at that moment. They were marketing that catalog like nobody's business.
Plus 24 great albums in the complete Kiss compact disc and cassette catalog. From the beginning to the new Revenge, it's enough to keep you in Kiss rock and roll forever. And the complete Kiss album catalog, available on Mercury Records.
So Brett gets his CD, pops it open, it looks like Animalize, puts it in a CD player, and jazz begins to play. Enter our friend Mike Jackson. Not this Mike Jackson. Not this Mike Jackson. This Mike Jackson. Our dear friend and fellow Wax Night member. Now Mike Jackson is a very dear friend, very good friend, very close-knit member to the Wax Night crew. Is one of those guys that would give you the shirt off his back if you needed it. And he's a good old boy. He's a country boy. He, kind of talks like this. And just one of the most big-hearted friends you could ever ask for in life. I, myself, met Mike Jackson the night that Kiss came to St. Joe for the Revenge show. Danny, Brett, and myself thought we would be very coy and go meet the band at the Holiday Inn, not realizing that Gene and Paul are not going to stay at a Holiday Inn. They stayed at the nicer hotel in St. Joe, so we were down at the Holiday Inn scouting out for Kiss while Trickster and Great White were mulling around the hotel. Keep in mind, we were on Kiss mission, had zero interest in meeting Great White or Trickster. We were sitting in the hotel lobby and Trickster came walking by, and I just remember Mike Jackson. I didn't know Mike Jackson. He was another fan in the lobby of Holiday Inn. He looked at me and said, "That's PJ Farley." Thus, my name for Mike Jackson was PJ. It was born that night. I've called Mike Jackson or referred to Mike Jackson as PJ since November 9th, 1992. That night, he was born PJ. PJ Farley. And since that day, little things that Mike Jackson says go into this legendary status with Danny and myself. And also among the Mike Jackson legend is the fact that he falls asleep at every wax night we have. We get together, we go out to eat, or we make food. We start talking rock and roll nostalgia as a wax night should take place. Boom, Mike Jackson is asleep. And it's become so legendary that if we can document it on film and edit it into pop culture, it's become a thing. We have added it to Raiders of the Lost Ark. We have added it to Amityville. Mike Jackson sleeping in the Wax Night basement has become legendary. Almost as legendary as the things he says. That's PJ Farley. Just sticks in our head and becomes pop culture legend of itself. One thing that Mike Jackson said about Brett's Kiss Animalize CD was, "I would have kept it. Kiss Jazz." That stuck with Danny and I so much, we invented a song called Kiss Jazz to the tune of a Clash song. And since we are waxing the nostalgia of myself and my friends discovering Animalize, here is the Kiss Jazz song, inspired by our good friend, Mike Jackson.
I've had enough into the fire with my Kiss Jazz, Kiss Jazz. I'd like music from the elder if it was Kiss Jazz, Kiss Jazz.
So there you have it. These are going to be extremely lighthearted, silly, sometimes goofy vlogs. My dive into Kiss. It's just nostalgia. It's just fun. It's just me looking back to the good old days, to the times of youth, and hanging out with my friends, collecting our very first pieces of Kiss, and falling down this rabbit hole of wonderful, fun fandom. It's goofy, it's fun, it's nostalgia. It's my dive into Kiss. Thank you for hanging with me tonight. Thank you for waxing nostalgia with me. If you would like to be a pen pal, I have details below. Let's wax Kiss nostalgia the old-fashioned way. And don't forget, be good to your babies. Spay, neuter, microchip. Take care, be safe. What are you doing there? We will talk to you soon.
If I could teach the world to sing.